22 years in the semiconductor industry. I had everything going for me on paper. I had a job that many people would have wanted. I was paid very well. I had great opportunities. I was doing even a job that I was educated to do. How many people get that? Right. Yeah, how many of you have degrees completely out of human resources? Last time I checked. Yeah, exactly. Last time I checked, a lot of schools don't have HR degrees. Maybe you got sociology, psychology, etc. But I literally walked out of graduate school, stepped into my first job, and sat down in a meeting room with people who were talking about things that were in my research dissertation. I was like, what? I'm meant to be here. Well, how does one go from being meant to be there to bailing out at 47? Well, I'm going to tell you. So today, we're going to talk about a bunch of great things, and more importantly than talking about why we leave, which is the problem, we're going to talk about the solution, how to keep people in their role. And we'll do that through workshopping. At your table, you're probably wondering, why do I have stars? Why do I have Post-it notes? And just to get all of that out in the open, these are for voting, and the Post-it notes are for writing down your best ideas. You're going to use your notebooks, so please have that pen ready. As I mentioned, education 100% aligned. I was promoted. I went from great companies, Honeywell, for example. My first job was at Allied Signal. Allied Signal turned into Honeywell. Then I went from there to a horrible little place in Tampa, Florida. I was only there for 3 months. That was one of my fastest quits, right? There was a poll on LinkedIn. So he said, what's the quickest you quit a job? And the minimum was less than 6 months. And I was like, do you have the fifth option here? Because yeah, I was out within 3. I went from there to ST Microelectronics, from there to Samsung, and then from there to Cirrus Logic. Overall, not a ton of companies. I wasn't a job hopper, but all of those are, if you open up your phone, you're bound to have a Samsung chip. You're bound to have a Cirrus Logic chip in there. You open up your set-top box at home, which I don't advise you to do, you'd have a ST Microelectronics chip. I was able to create impact even, sometimes. All of those things, it didn't matter. At a certain point, what happened was that there was something inside of me that I couldn't bring out. And I'm going to quote Gospel of Thomas, so from the Gnostic text. It says, if you bring forth what is within you, what is within you will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. And I was destroyed. There were things in me that I couldn't express. Days when I was in meetings like this, teaching a class, and I thought to myself, why in God's name am I going back to my desk to fill out an Excel table when I could be changing people's lives? That was an inflection point. The suffering, if you can't bring out what's inside you, it destroys you, it led me to alcoholism. I was arrested for DWI 3 damn times. Yeah, you think when I was sitting in Williamson County Jail, I thought, when I got my master's degree, I was like, you know what I really want? I want to know what those jailhouse bologna sandwiches taste like. That's what I really want. So I just want to lay out in front of you how painful it was for me. Not to get sympathy, but just so you can know that I'm real. I'm not some textbook. Let me write a book about something I don't know anything about. I lived it. And I'm not an expert. All I'm bringing here is a method, a process, a workshop methodology for you. Because you know what? You're the experts. You work in human resources. You're on the front line of the Steve Englishes, the people who are like, you know what? I've had it. I can't do this anymore. I'm willing to bail out. I'm like looking at my 401k going, how many years can I survive on what's in it if I don't make a dime? Yeah.